I agree. And we have like so many properties Bitcoin is sharing with gold. And then so many properties on top of that, which are even better than gold. You have more divisibility, more portability. It is more scarce because we have an absolute maximum supply, which can never be inflated. And then in the end of the day, there will be trust issues in the future. It's not confiscatable. You can just save 12 words in your brain and no one can ever dock onto your mind and take these 12 words away, right? So that is truly amazing. So I want to go directly here to the next question. You made the comparison with gold. So let's compare gold to Bitcoin. The market cap of gold is right now approximately hovering around 9 or 10 trillion. So this should be approximately, what is it actually, like 12 times higher than Bitcoin right now. We just have some high price increases recently. Taking the properties of gold and taking the properties of Bitcoin, do you think as of right now that Bitcoin is more valuable or undervalued towards gold? And do you think that Bitcoin should take some of the market cap of gold or maybe even surpasses because it is superior? What are your thoughts about that?
I think that the only reason that that people haven't sold all their monetary gold and bought Bitcoin is ignorance, fear, uncertainty. Like as the fear, uncertainty, and doubt disappears, then it seems pretty obvious that the $10 trillion that's sitting in gold should that energy should drain into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin should grow at least to the monetary value of gold and then beyond, because the reasons people buy gold are they want a hard to debase store of value, and Bitcoin is everything that gold is but better. And so the only people that are holding gold are people that just don't understand Bitcoin, or they don't trust it because it's new. Because so there's a generational change. As generations change, they'll start to trust it, and then there's an educational component. But you can see right now, if you go back 6 months and look at the price of gold 6 months ago versus today, it's gone nowhere. And go back 6 months, look at the price of Bitcoin versus today, you know, it's up by like nearly a factor of 4. And so at some point, the price becomes the educator, right? The educational catalyst. And all of the hedge funds that are holding gold and Bitcoin, they're holding gold because they want a store of value against currency debasement and uncertainty. They're realizing the gold didn't work that well, or at least as they start to compare it to Bitcoin, they're like, well, everything I thought I was going to get from gold is going to Bitcoin. And so if I basically invested half my portfolio in gold and half in Bitcoin, half the portfolio works, half doesn't work. And if I have 75% in gold and 25% in Bitcoin, or 98% in gold and 2% in Bitcoin, well, 2% works, 98% doesn't work. And so there's an entire generation of macroeconomic investors this year in the last 12 months. I think they dipped their toe into Bitcoin and they had a good experience, and they had a bad experience with gold. And so the logical thing to do is you rebalance your portfolio in the coming year and you increase your exposure to Bitcoin and you decrease your exposure to gold. And of course, if you reason from first principles, like people, in the community that are thinking hard about it, their conclusion is, well, 100% of my portfolio ought to go into Bitcoin and 0% into gold. Why would you invest in an antiquated, obsolete store of value that's defective? Like, why would you put any money? It's like basically, I have wooden ships and I have steel ships. And 100 years ago, people had wooden ships. And it worked 100 years ago because there was no steel, but now we have steel ships. Now, why would you have half your Navy be wooden ships and the other half be steel ships in the modern era? It makes no sense.
It's true, yeah. But in the end of the day, gold still has like a 5,000 years history. So do you think this 5,000 years, or like as a medium of exchange or as a store of value, do you think this history is going to be obsolete and Bitcoin is completely going to take over?
Wooden ships are 5,000 years old. And how many, naval aircraft carriers are made of wood? By the way, like, we didn't have airplanes for 5,000 years. Everyone that ever went between Europe and the US went on a wooden ship for 500 years. And now how many people go on wooden ships today? Right? We had horses. How many people ride horses? There are plenty of things in the world that are 5,000 years old. Right? By the way, dying of an infection because there are no antibiotics, that's 500,000 years old. People have been dying without antibiotics for hundreds of thousands of years. Would you use antibiotics if you got sick and it was going to save your life? Penicillin is not 100 years old. For 1 billion people died of tuberculosis over the last 5,000 years. And we solved it with penicillin. Are you going to tell me that you don't want to use the new cure because it's 5,000 years old honey cure is the right way to do it? The truth is, saying something's 5,000 years old is the same as just saying, I just choose not to think about the matter. For 5,000 years before we had guns, we had bows and arrows. How many people bring a bow and arrow to a fight with a person with a gun? That's 5,000-year-old proven technology too. They're all silly, right? They're silly notions. We used to do it another way, and now we have a new way. But I refuse to learn the new way because it's the new way.
True. I wonder how you just put all of these 20 arguments out of your hand here, just like in 20 seconds. Beautiful. I will take a snippet and send it over to Peter Schiff. Thank you so much for that. And let's go to